Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is the Pickle Guy, and welcome to an MLB 18 the show, Road to the Show, player career. Today we're gonna be doing a starting pitcher. This is gonna be the first episode of a hopefully long, running series. The name of the player we're creating is gonna be Nolan Franchise, because he is the franchise, and he will be. um, So, I plan on doing this series pretty often, probably almost daily, as I play this game almost every day. And we're gonna get into the creation of our player here. This will be the first episode of just creation, and then next episode I will post the what is it called? The combine, basically the Bowman Scout Day, and then we'll also do the 2 showcase games, and then I'll probably do the draft at the end of that video, and then we'll see where it goes from there. The pitches, actually, I probably should mention those. The pitches I made for him are going to be 4-seam is his main, secondary is going to be a slider, excuse me, a slider, and then his third pitch is a 12-6 curve. Those are the pitches I'm pretty much most familiar with. I also feel like it's a good combination of different pitches. I'm planning on making him well, you had the archetypes, obviously. He's probably going to be I think it's called straight nasty. Basically, he's going to have a lot of movement on his pitches. Because I'm going to probably use more breaking stuff than I am fastballs. That's just how I like to play, and that's the kind of pitches I like to use when I play. So, we're just, creating him. He doesn't really resemble me at all, obviously, mainly because, I'm 16, and this is like a way older game, or he's way older in the game, obviously. Well, he's only 18, but, this is usually the same thing I use every single time when I make a player. I usually just go for generally the same stuff, because I like it, and I like to go with it, and I don't see, point of changing it if I like it. The one thing I do like to do is I like to change his jaw, because with this player model, I feel like the jaw is just way too, he just looks weird. He has way too much of a double chin, and it kind of bothers me a little bit all the time when I use this. I always like to, make the double chin go away, and I like to have a nice strong jawline. All the ladies, they'd be falling all over me. As they are in real life, obviously. Excuse me. So, I think we're almost done here. All we gotta do now is his batting stance. This is actually one of my favorite things in the game. He's creating stance. Now, I do like to base the stance off my own stance, and I have more of a lean back stance when I play. I usually lean a lot of my weight on my back foot. I'm a righty, by the way, obviously, if you can't tell. That's what I made him, but I like to lean on my back foot a lot, and I crouch down a little, not too much, but a little bit, and then my bat is usually up by my ears, or, towards my ears more than it is outwards, and I usually have it pretty close to my, shoulders. And my front foot's not too far out. Like, that's a little crazy. Like, that's kind of, everything is fine except for the front foot. The front foot, if it was just like, if he was more hunched over a little bit and then more parallel, that would work. But see, that's actually a lot like mine. I'm probably gonna use this. Honestly, if I had to relate myself to someone, I'd probably relate myself a lot to Chris Bryant. He just has he has that, crouch down, kind of leaning back a little bit stance. I don't lean back as much as he does. But I do crouch down like he does, and then I also have the bat resting on my shoulder, and I like to lean back. He kind of leans back. But yeah, that's kind of what I would refer to. Also, if you probably, I mean, if you can tell already, I'm a huge Cubs fan. Been a Cubs fan all my life. So I'm probably gonna make a lot of references to the Cubs, if at all possible. Because I know pretty much everything there is to know. About them, like in their current form. I'm not like a history, like, major on them. I don't know everything about the franchise. I do know, we won our World Series in 1906 and 1908. Actually, now that I'm saying that, that sounds wrong, and I want to fact check myself, because if I'm wrong there, I'm going to feel really stupid. I'm going to look this up really quickly to make sure I'm not an idiot. Yep, I am an idiot. It's 1907 and 1908. They won back-to-back. See, I don't know why it's 1906. My apologies. Now, obviously the batting isn't a huge thing in this. It's more pitching, because obviously he's a pitcher. I am going to find a pitch stance that is a lot like mine. That's pretty close. I do start facing I do start facing the batter, and then I have the glove down by my waist, and then I bring it up halfway through the windup. I'm gonna look a little bit more, see if I can't find anything else a little bit more close or a little closer. That's pretty close. These two are pretty close to what I do. That's kind of it. I mean, I don't bring the glove down. I usually have it just down the entire time. That would be perfect, actually, if there wasn't a pause right after the first step. So I don't think I'm going to use that one, actually. I don't like that one. That one's a little too long. I'm being a little picky here, but I want this to be perfect. I don't want to be stuck with a weird pitching stance or windup that I don't like the entire series, obviously. None of these are really tickling my fancy. So I'm probably going to go with either 20 or 21. I think I'm going to go with... See, 20 and 21 are like the exact same, are they not? '20 and 21 are like the exact same, now that I'm looking at okay. Well, we're going to go 21 because it's closer to my favorite number. Running style, I'm going to do this one just because the animation for running actually does matter. If you don't know that. If you pick the sprint one like I did, you actually will run faster. Because if you're jogging, you're going to actually run a lot slower, even if your speed is like, let's say 40. If you pick the sprinting one, you're actually going to run faster. If I am wrong on that, you can correct me, but as far as I know, that is how it actually is. I think the animation does matter a little bit. This doesn't really matter that much. I'm just going to kind of scroll through here and find one I like. That's fine. This one, you don't really have much miss. I don't really do the animations that often, so we're going to go with that. I'm not going to hit any home runs, but in case I do, we're going to go with this one. Because the backflip is just Jesus. I will put a walk-up music in just because why not? To a modern rock, because rock is cool. And then all we're gonna do now is the equipment, and then we're done. So I'm gonna put on Nike Pro Combat because you gotta rock that Nike. Now my glove I'm kind of weird about. I have a specific glove like combination that I like to do. That's it. I like the dark brown on the light or the tan. I think it looks really nice, and it just kind of gives it like a, I guess you could say a diversity. And then I always like my barrel ring because I don't know, I'm weird, I guess. This doesn't matter that much, honestly, because obviously once again we're a pitcher, we're not gonna be batting very often. Oh wow, I'm smart. There we go. Those gloves are really ugly actually, but that's just because we're on the Central team, so those are the colors of this team in specific. I can have a chin guard, the first pitcher to use chin guard, but we're not going to. I'm not gonna use elbow guard. Elbow guard, nice one, Nolan. High five on that one, huh? Drop my controller. I'm smart. Alright, catcher gear obviously doesn't matter. I'm not gonna use eyewear or tape or sleeves or any of that. So we're gonna do our cleats now. I'm not a shoe designer, so if they look ugly, That's why. If I was a professional shoe designer, it'd be pretty cool. But I'm not, and then catching gear doesn't matter, obviously. Alright, so that is our guy. So we're gonna create him. And that's it. We're gonna jump in the showcase. Actually, no, we're gonna do Bowman Scout Day here. And then I'm gonna end the video. So we're gonna get into this now. Normally, I do use classic pitching. I don't use the meter and I don't use the pulse or anything, mainly because I think it's more realistic to kind of.
Before the 40-round MLB draft, some lesser-known prospects get one last chance to make an impression at Bowman Scout Day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet during those so you guys can listen, but like I was saying, I've actually completely forgot what I was saying. Now it's gonna bother me. Alright. I'm gonna be quiet during those so you can listen, though, and I'm gonna let you read all these things. So we're warming up here. Oh yeah, back to the meter thing. Right. Basically, I think it's more realistic to, you know, like, you'll use classic, because it makes you rely more on, like, your actual skill and your actual stats, more than my skill on how to, you know, hit a ball inside of a certain area,
His name
or time.
having finally been called, a pitching prospect steps up to the mound to make his case for draft consideration.
Maybe I shouldn't talk so much. This thing doesn't keep getting interrupting me. Yeah, I just think it's more realistic to go off the actual stats instead of my skill, and, you know, using a meter or a pulse. So that's why I'm gonna do that. But I am gonna use the pulse in this, so I can get the extra, so I can get more, what do you want to call it? So I can fill the bar more to get drafted, higher. So, because I think I am more accurate with it, but
never has
anyways.
this player had the chance to command the attention of so many big league buyers. He looks to make each pitch count.
Alright, I'm just gonna say okay. I don't think I need to do extra hard. I think I do kind of understand the concept of this. So we're gonna change our settings super quick. That's not where you check your settings. I'm dumb. Pitching, I do have an all-star in hitting and pitching. I would do Hall of Fame, or I would actually do a legend, but don't have enough confidence in myself to go that high.
Most of today's Scout Day participants are not considered blue chip prospects, but they all have blue chip aspirations.
Yep, okay. Yeah, I do want to do decent, so I feel like I am a good pitcher in this game, but I don't want to raise it for the mere fact that I feel like if I do raise it and I do bad, then obviously I'm not gonna have a successful career. So we're gonna leave it at all-star. I feel like that is a high enough difficulty. I'm not a veteran or rookie or anything, so I feel like I'm pretty good. You know, I feel like that's a good enough difficulty. All right, so we're gonna warm up a little bit here. Ooh, now that I'm looking at that wind up, I'm not sure how I like it that much. It kind of turns to the side a little bit. It's kind of awkward. I might change that. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to get used to it real quick, just to... Alright, we're gonna try the slider now. Okay, slider doesn't have much movement on it. 12.6 is actually... Ooh, right in the middle. 12.6 is probably gonna have the most movement. This thing is probably gonna drop like a rock. This thing is just nasty, especially after I pick my archetype. That way I get more of my, like, I get my stats boosted. This thing is gonna drop so far. It's gonna be a nasty, nasty pitch. Alright, I think I'm warm up enough. We're gonna jump in here real quick. And, alright. So far, so good. Now, usually when I do pitch, I like to try to paint the corners. I don't ever like to leave anything over the plate, and I'm very, very aggressive when I pitch. I usually don't try to get them to chase anything, for the most part. I will try to get them to chase, like, you know, down and away, but I usually try to get it in the zone. That way, if they don't swing, it's still a strike, and I didn't waste a pitch. I'm one of those people that just, like, I feel like if I waste pitches, and I'm wasting my energy. Oh, that's bad. We still got it in there. I just feel like I'm wasting that energy that I could have, like, that's one more pitch I could have, you know, used and, you know, thrown a strike with. So, I usually do try to play or pitch very aggressively. Now, I would also consider myself more of a strikeout pitcher. I don't like the pitch contact. Which you would think, you know, why don't you just pick the, archetype with the most strikeout, like, potential? Well, I would, but that's the high heat thrower, which is basically the one that throws, you know, the high 90 fastballs and, you know, mid 90 sinkers and two seams. Ooh, that was bad. But I'm gonna use more breaking balls than I am fastballs, so I don't see a point of using that when I'm only gonna use like maybe two fastballs. I'm probably only gonna use the four seam and the sinker. So if I have plain filthy, I'm obviously using my strength more to my advantage with my stats, and I'm gonna have those potential stats higher for my strength. All right, now we're done with that. We're gonna answer a couple questions
Done
here.
for the day and heading back to the locker room, this player is met by one of the scouts in attendance.
This guy always interrupts me, man. I swear, I'm gonna beat him up. Don't take that out of context. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. He's a nice voice. No, but I'm gonna answer these questions. I'm gonna pick my archetype, and then we're getting the video. So, starting out today, I think you made a pretty strong case for yourself. Thank you.
Who reminds
Put your
him that
best
he's
foot.
still
Oh,
got
yep,
one
this guy
more
again.
chance to make an impression on the big league buyers.
Put your best foot forward at the Topps Amateur. Wow, I cannot speak. Put your best foot forward at the Topps Amateur Showcase. Then the draft kicks off on Monday, but 30 of the 40 rounds don't happen until Wednesday, so be prepared to exercise some patience. So basically, he's saying I'm probably not going to get drafted super high. Thanks, dude. Big confidence boost right there. You know, so happy that you decided to, you know, throw in your word and, you know, give me that huge confidence boost I needed to go into the draft. Alright, I
While
think the archetype, yep,
preparing
here it
for
is.
the first of two games at the Topps Amateur Showcase, a prospect is approached by a representative of the MLB Scouting Bureau.
I'd like to get a little more information from you, Nolan, that I can pass on to any interested big league franchises. Of course, anything you need. You know, obviously, because I am the franchise. Just answer me this, what type of pitcher do you want to be, or imagine yourself becoming? So, like I said, this is the flamethrower, this is the guy with the high 90 fastballs. But if you look at the max stats, he's only going to have 85 stamina. And that's not a lot. You're only going to probably pitch, you know, 6 innings on a good game. You know, if you give up a bunch of hits and stuff in that game, you're probably only going to make it to about the 5th inning before they take you out. Um, Pitching clutch is 80, which is good. It could be better. The hits per 9 is 85. That's pretty decent. The home runs per 9 is pretty low for my liking, especially starting. It's only 35. That's really low. But the Ks per 9 is obviously 95, which I produce. Like I said, I'm a strikeout pitcher, so that's obviously gonna help. And then you got the 80 for control, and you got the 99 for velocity and everything, and then the 70 break, which isn't my favorite. Control freak, you have the control, you know, 99. You have the velocity at 70. The break, I think, was 80. So that's pretty, you know, balanced. 99 walks per 9. I hardly ever walk anybody. That stat is pretty much useless to me. The Ks per 9 and the home runs per 9 are super low, especially starting out 25 home runs per 9. In Double A, I'd be giving up like a home run every couple at bats. Hits per 9 is really high, and the stamina is a max of 99, so I'd be able to pitch probably a full game, like every time I went out to pitch, if I got it, when I got it to 99. Obviously that's helpful. Not really what I'm, you know, super interested in. I mean, I feel like at least 90 stamina is perfectly fine, and you can probably get to like 8 or 9 innings if you pitch really well. Maybe 7 on a mediocre game, but the pitching clutch is kind of low. See, this is my favorite one now, so I've got the 90 stamina, so I can probably make it through, you know, 7 8 innings and be fine. You got that 90 pitching clutch, that's going to help you with runners on base a lot. You got that 99 hits per 9, so I'll be, you know, I won't allow any base hits, like, ever. 90 home run per 9, so, I mean, I'm not going to give up many homers. I have 85K per 9, which is a little low, but I think with the way I pitch, it'll probably you know, it'll be fine. I think that's high enough. So you can obviously see the stats are all way higher for this one, and they're a lot, you know, they're just, you know, they're better. They're more balanced across the board. And then obviously you have the 70k walks per 9, but I don't ever walk anybody. The 75 control, which it's not great, but it'll work. You have the 80 velocity, which obviously isn't fantastic either. That's probably throwing 95 fastball at your max, somewhere around there. Maybe 94, somewhere around there. But then you have that 99 break, so that 12-6 curve is gonna drop from their head to their, like, you know, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. But, you know, it's just gonna drop. So we're gonna go with that. So you think you have the break on your pitches to buckle knees? I think Strasburg is a devastating curveball, just filthy. Yes, he does. It is that thing. I would say is either on par or greater than that of Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw has a great curveball, but Strasburg his is just filthy. Yeah, that's the idea. Alright, all that information to your profile. Good luck today, Nolan. I hope your plans work out, and we'll see you as an MLB starter someday. That you will, probably within the next 2 or 3 years. I'll be in a starting roster. Thank you everybody for watching. This will be episode 1. Episode 2 will probably be out it's either tomorrow or the day after. The next video we're gonna be doing the showcase games and probably the draft, and then I do have some equipment I could put on there. I think I'm actually gonna put it on there because I have it, so it's just gonna help, and it's gonna it's gonna give us that little boost of yeah, it's just gonna help. It's just gonna make it a little life a little bit easier. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. You know, constructive criticism. You know, yeah, because that stuff's cool. And yeah, so that's the video. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day.